The Industrial Revolution.
Agricultural Revolution.
Sean, there is something odd here. Did you play again with your time machine?
Well, Beryl. Playing? I never play, but I wanted to know what happened during the Industrial Revolution.
So you brought me to Great Britain in 1780 without noticing it to me. At least, you could tell it to me in order to be properly dressed.
Come on. You look incredibly well.
Yes. But not for the end of 18th century. By the way, couldn't you choose another scenario? Due to the fact that you brought me here, could you explain what is the Industrial Revolution?
Yes, but let's go to another place.
It is not real. Why did you bring me to a bus stop? How is it related to the Industrial Revolution?
Calm down. Calm down. And you will be able to see that a bus is a consequence of the historical process that started in the period we have just visited. Let's start by the agriculture. Do you remember how was the production system before the Industrial Revolution?
Yes. A scarce production and use of the 3-year crop rotation. Also, in England, there was a shared open field system. And the seeds were planted manually.
Yes. That's right, and the productivity was really, really low.
That's enough with your time machine. Stop making me to travel around the space and time.
Okay, sorry. I will not do it again. Do we explain the innovations in agriculture during the Industrial Revolution?
Yes. Fantastic. Do you remember that since the end of the Middle Ages, farmers in Europe followed a 3-year crop rotation system? In this period, the second Viscount Charles Townshend created the Norfolk 4-course system. In this case, the plot was divided into 4 sections allowing a constant rotation. In the first area, they planted wheat for bread. In the second, turnips to feed livestock. In the third, barley for making beer and feeding animals, and in the fourth, forage plants for animals. This way, they avoided to leave a section to fallow and they were able to improve the productivity. Also, new crops spread, like potatoes and corn. Horse-drawn harvesters were used. They started to select seeds and breeding of livestock. And it was the first time chemical fertilizers were used. What can you tell me about Jethro Tull?
It's a fantastic British rock band.
Stop saying stupid things.
But it is indeed. Okay. Jethro Tull was the inventor of the seed drill. It is a seeding machine. It was pulled by horses, and 2 men were able to seed a plot that previously needed 70 workers. And what do you know about the changes in the land ownership?
Oh, it was really sad because many farmers lost their lands. Previously, there were large plots owned by the community. Due to the pressures over the British Parliament by large landowners, the Enclosure Acts were approved in 1845. This act turned common property into private property and every plot needed to be fenced. As a consequence, many poor peasants needed to sell their plots because they didn't have money to fence them. Rich landowners increased the size of their properties and peasants needed to work for them as wage workers, or emigrate to the cities, to work in a factory in really bad living conditions. Sean, may you explain the consequences of the Agricultural Revolution?
Of course, Beryl. Obviously, thanks to the technical innovations, Norfolk 4-course system, new crops, new machinery, selective seeding and breeding of livestock, the production increased. It allowed an improvement in nutrition and, as a consequence, a decrease in the death rate. Also, property was concentrated as a consequence of the Enclosures Acts, increasing the incomes for the owners and the profits. Profits that were used for new developments in agriculture and in funding a new production system, industry. But small owners lost their lands and they became poorer. Most of them emigrated to the cities, where they worked in the factories, conducting a miserable life. But this is something we will explain in another video.
Fantastic, Sean. Well explained.
Thanks, Beryl. You did a fantastic explanation too. Goodbye.
Goodbye.